Next on Get Fit Club, the first weigh-in. Contestants come face to face with the reality of their weight and how it's going to affect their lives if they don't change. A special scale is used to weigh the contestants. It not only tells you how much someone weighs, but it'll also let you know how much of their weight is water, muscle, or fat. First up is Berlinda Matthew. Berlinda is a 27-year-old woman who has battled with weight most of her life.
Yeah, I've been heavy for, I'd say like 10 or 11. I started to notice, putting weight on.
She's hoping to finally get control of her body and her future.
I go to the gym, like I try, I just don't see a lot of the weight loss, but no, I do, I work out.
Now she has to come face to face with the weight. Berlinda weighs in at 297 pounds, and 43% of that weight is fat.
She's already morbidly obese. Morbidly obese means she's already 100 pounds over her ideal body weight.
So for you, I want you to focus, just for a minute. Focus on how you're going to react, how you're going to respond, where do you see your life going as you lose weight? You will succeed. No, tell me.
I will succeed, yes.
Next up is Stedman Stahl. Stedman is a father of two who wants to change not only for himself, but for his kids.
I'm going to be the winner. I feel already coming off.
Stedman Stahl is a young man. He's only 46 years old. He was telling me that he was just recently diagnosed with high blood sugars, but he says that he was told that he's mildly pre-diabetic, and he also has sleep apnea, which means that as he's sleeping, because of all the weight on his chest from just his fat, when he lays down, it actually compresses his lungs so he can't get good breaths in.
Now it's time for Stedman to face the weight. Stedman weighs in at 306 pounds, and 33% of that is fat.
So obesity also leads to sleep apnea, which then leads to all these other issues. So with him, as he loses weight, he'll be able to dial down his sleep apnea machine and eventually stop using it altogether. He'll be able to sleep restfully without it, and his blood sugar should normalize very nicely with him.
Next to weigh in is Brian Patton. While he looks great on the outside, his health could be a ticking time bomb.
Okay. I was just told a couple of weeks ago that I got diabetes.
Type 2?
Type 2. And my blood pressure. My doctor told me, he said, all this can change if I lose weight. Didn't say anything else. If I lose weight. They said you can be off of the medication. It's your weight that's keeping you. And if you don't get it under control, it's going to get worse.
Now it's time for Brian to face the weight. Brian is 242 pounds, and 34% of that is fat.
For him, it's very important. He's at very high risk for heart disease, stroke, losing limbs from diabetes, blindness, and just sudden death from all these other issues that come up.
Next up is former female bodybuilder Joyce Miles. Motivated, but she needs change.
Learn a bit more about, nutrition. I've competed in my 20s in fitness, stuff, and as I got older, my metabolism slowed down, and you obviously have to learn to adjust your diet and lifestyle.
Now it's time for Joyce to face the weight. Joyce weighs in at 191 pounds, with 38% of that weight being body fat.
If you don't sleep a good 7 hours a night, it's going to be really hard for you to lose weight. So you have to.
Okay.
You have to. So.
Okay, I'm going to have to adjust that because in the business that I do not get 7 hours of sleep.
Next to weigh in is Karen Siegel. Karen is the grandma of the group, but a feisty one. Is she feisty enough to change, though?
There you go. Not make believe. Say, yes, it is a Hershey bar.
Now it's time for Karen to face the weight. Karen weighs in at 205 pounds, with 44% of that being fat. It's like carrying around an extra 90 pounds wherever you go.
So one thing that we're going to go over is we're going to try to increase your muscle mass decrease your fat percentage and increase your water percentage.
Next up to weigh in is Jacqueline Joyner. She's a fun-loving woman, but will finding out her true weight make her a party pooper?
I'm involved in a lot of activities, and how I look and how I feel doesn't reflect the things I like to do.
Now it's time for Jackie to face the weight. Jackie weighs in at 211 pounds, and 41% of that is body fat. At 5'2", this could be a challenge.
When you're carrying something, you can put it down and then you rest. But when you're carrying over 100 pounds of fat, you can't ever put that down.
Right.
Next up for their weigh-in is Heather Leibowitz. Heather's a typical 19-year-old college student, but she knows things need to change. Now it's time for Heather to face the weight. Heather weighs in at 166 pounds, with 33% of that being body fat.
With her, if she learns healthy lifestyle early, she'll be able to avoid following in her father's footsteps and also have heart disease.
Next up, Wendy Morales, a married mother of 2. She also wants to change for her kids.
To gain a knowledge of learning how to eat, learning how to eat right and staying healthy and not gain that weight back once I lose it.
Now it's time for Wendy to face the weight. Wendy weighs in at 212 pounds, with 38% of that pure fat. She's got her work cut out for her to get to a healthier weight. Now that everyone knows their weight, it's time to get to work and do something about it. Next episode of Get Fit Club, the contestants get the food plan for their new customized weight loss programs. Can they make it on almost a pure liquid diet for the next few weeks? Also, they begin new workout plans with a personal trainer known for perfection.
My name is Dennis Shepard, and I'm going to get them in great shape.
Let's get fit, South Florida.
Next episode of the Get Fit Club.